exerted a lot of energy, a lot of effort. Last night, came up short. But tonight, to kind of, put a stamp in the first quarter, obviously second quarter, game got a little funky there in the second half, but our guys, just continue to focus on our message of just competing together, getting better. So super proud of them. Great effort all around. Our bench was phenomenal tonight, 59 points, 32 assists again, just trending in the right way. So this has been 2 weeks kind of brewing. It's great to get the results, on top of all the work that the guys are putting in and the attention to detail and the competitiveness every single night. Very proud of them.
Seems like Brendon Clark caught momentum early, and then he just became unstoppable. Obviously, he had that big dunk. But what did you see from him tonight? And was it just the way that they were playing him? Why was he able to get so many attempts up today?
Sure. I mean, I think it's been kind of this case all season long. He's just got a knack for being in the right place at the right time. I think he's got great chemistry with his teammates. Plays at a great pace. He just fits our motion style where the ball is constantly moving and people are moving, and obviously makes some highlight plays out there. But he's just super efficient. It's just kind of a byproduct of him just being who he is. It's just great. He's not trying to force anything out there. He takes what the defense gives him. So obviously super proud of him tonight. Big game for him.
Coach, Kyle Anderson only had 2 points today, but he made a lot of plays on the ball. What did you think about his performance in the starting lineup tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it was great for him to step in. Some nights it's guys production, scoring, or it's rebounding, blocks. His tonight was assists. 5 assists. He also facilitated that. Probably a couple assists that don't go his way, but just by moving the ball, he took on Bertans, who's a really tough cover. I thought our guys collectively locked in on him. He took one of the first stabs at him, I think, early in the first quarter, and throughout the game. So his effort defensively was huge, getting his hands on some balls. But to, come in there and make an impact, after being out for a while, very proud of him, and, hopefully continues to build that trend, whether it's scoring or in other ways. We've talked about all season long. He's a playmaker, both ends of the floor. He doesn't worry about scoring. So a night like tonight just shows, the impact he can make.
Coach, what led to you guys being so successful inside the paint? You had 70 points.
Yeah, I mean, it's, kind of our MO. We want to constantly be aggressive, setting a pace. I thought, outside of Ja, who's always, being in attack mode. Tyus was great. D'Anthony, Dylan finding success, driving it. It's how our offense is built. We want to attack early in transition. We want to be a drive and kick team off of, random actions. They went to zone for a stretch there. We faced this even the other night against Milwaukee when teams are switching. We get stagnant. We start playing outside on the perimeter. But I thought our guys kind of settled in once the first couple of possessions didn't go our way, driving it, getting into the paint, loosening up the defense. And then, you get to the rim. We want to score layups. As much as I want to shoot threes, we'll take 70 points in the paint. I think a season high for us. So I know we're not going to get that every single night, but if we have that mentality, it'll create good stuff for us.
Taylor, now about 25 games in or so, is it kind of crazy to you that Brandon was there at 21?
Yeah, I've said to a lot of people, first off, a lot of credit goes to our front office. When I got into this process, knowing that we had the number 2 pick, and you start maneuvering in the draft, and you get to the 21st pick, and he's sitting there, and they said he was a top 10 pick. I mean, he's absolutely a top 10 pick if you're redrafting this. So, the great thing is he doesn't worry about that stuff. Where he was picked, he's such a humble guy. It's a credit to our staff. Working really hard and identifying how this guy can be a great fit into our program, not just what he can do on the floor, but the culture that we're building. I'm super excited to see. We talk about Ja and Jaren, and him as our young core, the bright futures that we have. The sky's the limit for this guy. He's only scratching the surface of what he can be. But we're very lucky to have Brandon in our program.
Solomon Hill might be in the best stretch of his career right now. He probably, when the Grizzlies traded for him over the summer, it was kind of unclear how big his role would be. But just how impressive has he been through the first 26 games of the year?
Solo's been very impressive. I think, we've talked all in all, over the first, couple months of the season about his leadership. His daily work ethic every single day. His voice carries so much with this group. They lean on him a lot. He's got, for a coach to be able to lean on someone, whether it's in a film session or at halftime today, about keeping the team locked in. He's like, I got you, coach. And his voice carries weight. And then for him to go out there and, obviously he had a heck of a scoring night tonight, 4 for 4 from 3, making shots. It's big, but he makes an impact. Especially on the defensive end. He's constantly communicating on the defensive end. He can guard multiple positions, execute multiple coverages. What I've loved about him is he just goes out there and makes an impact. So when you have someone that can come in, make an impact off the floor, on the floor, makes me feel very lucky. We've talked all along about our vet group, how they've done that. He's obviously part of that group, and our group's benefiting from it.
So, Coach, this is for Tyus Jones. He's had four of his past 5 games. He's had 7 or more assists. He had 9 tonight. What's it like to not really have that drop-off in assists between the starting lineup and the bench unit?
I mean, it's huge. Obviously, when we signed Tyus this summer, we knew what kind of player we were getting. I know he kind of had a little tough stretch there, a couple weeks ago, but he kind of just settled back in, just being who he is. Focus on, what he does well, playing to his strengths. Obviously his teammates have been a beneficiary of all his ball movement. I think he's playing with great pace. And the other thing I think that's helping his offense is his defensive focus. Like, he's really starting to engage defensively, one-on-one on the ball, pick-and-roll defense, some of his rotations, great scrambles tonight, our entire group, but especially Tyus included. And I think that just kind of just fuels his just going out there and playing basketball, but when you get someone off the bench, obviously Ja, incredible playmaker. You get Tyus to be an incredible playmaker. We talk about the unselfishness we want to have on this team. It's great to have because when you're racking up 32 assists, D'Anthony has 4 assists, Tyus gets 9. You get tons of assists off the bench. I'm super happy where Tyus is playing right now.
Coach, you guys have won 3 of your last 4 games. How do you keep that momentum going into the next matchup?
Yeah, a humble mentality where we don't ever want to be satisfied. Those 3 pillars we talk about. So when we come out Monday, we got to compete, play together, and get better. So what does that mean? Every night's a different challenge, a different opponent. So it's going to be the tail end of 4 and 6. Our guys are playing with great urgency, great effort, great activity. We know we got a heck of a ball club in Miami coming in here. We just got to keep focusing on us every single day. So as I've said all along, it doesn't matter who's coming in. Tomorrow's going to be a great day to take care of our bodies, come back out with that juice and effort, and just continue to focus on competing together and getting better. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, everyone.